You're listening to DraftKings Network.
Just like the clock stopped on this podcast, whenever the game clock stops, that's time to order in with DoorDash. Pizza cravings hit at halftime? That's ordering time. Dreaming about tacos during a timeout? Boom, they're at your doorstep. Wait, you want burgers, chips, dips, drinks, and wings instead? Even better. Order on DoorDash and get everything you want delivered without missing a minute of the game.
Happy opening night, Stugotz, for the Heat today.
Yeah, you're excited, huh?
I am.
Yeah.
I wanted to, and I was told I'm not allowed to, which sucked. But I wanted to just not talk about the Heat today. Like, similar to how, like, the day after the Super Bowl we did the Masked Singer. I was like, I just don't want to do Heat today and see what happens. And I was told that's not allowed, so we have to talk Heat today.
No, it was me who said we should probably talk some Heat. I'm fine if you don't want to talk Heat. The season opens tonight. Tony has his T-shirt on. I mean, that's the only reason I brought it up.
But but I feel like they're going to do plenty of Heat talk from LA, you know? So, like, how much Heat do, like, people want to hear from us today? You know what I mean? I guess maybe a lot because it's opening night, but I thought that the joke would be funny and, like, in line with what our show does is just not address the Heat at all on, like, the first day of the season.
Right.
So I'm privy to some of the stuff that's coming out of LA, and it seems as though there's no Heat talk.
That's impossible.
Possibly.
I don't believe that. That can't be.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Wait, they went to L.A. and didn't talk about the Miami Heat?
Remember, you said they were covering Lakers-Clippers, too, so you can't cover both teams on both coasts.
The aftermath of the Lakers' loss last night.
Yeah, they're probably recapping that with Sedano.
Right.
He played the Pistons tonight.
I saw that. I just the Heat play the Pistons tonight.
Yeah.
FIU plays Jacksonville State tonight.
And you're on the game.
I'm on the call, yeah.
Yes, they invited you back.
Hey.
Big night in Miami sports, it seems.
I heard Lucy saying, now I didn't hear it. I asked you for clips. You did not provide them.
That's false.
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, we had. It just took a little bit to get it.
But I am told that you were very good on the FIU broadcast.
Let's address the I didn't have it. This is how that went last week that I did this, or the last time that I did this 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
So Thursday, I came in. I had to come in because people weren't in. You did not come in that Thursday.
Well, I was told to not come in.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. So I was told to come in. So I come in. I do the game. It's a late game, whatever, right? And I'm in on a Thursday. And then Stugotz is like, we're doing goal like at 10:30. Do you have clips? And I'm like, dude, I was calling the game until 11 o'clock at night. I got home at midnight. Like, you want me to then go through, like, my own broadcast and
hours
of that broadcast to get, like, 10-second clips? Like, no, that's impossible.
I thought FIU would have someone on staff who would do that for you. You're a big star. I mean, you're doing them a favor.
I'm not a big star. Well, okay, but this is a favor that you asked, not that I asked.
Right,
I mean, if I wanted to bother someone, maybe I could. We asked after.
Well, who can I bother?
No one. You're not going to bother anyone. They did say this, though, the last time that I did the game, and they basically said, like, we'd love it if Stugotz could do it. We'd love it if, like, whatever. And then I was like, am I good enough for you? Like, am I just your way in to get Lucy to do this?
Am I a bridge to Stugotz?
Exactly right. They're like, anyone you want can come. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
What a sad bridge. To be a bridge to me. I mean,
trust me, I know.
Do they pay well?
What kind of question is that? That's so rude.
I was just wondering. Perhaps I'll do a game with you. That's all.
Well, why don't you just do it for free? Because you want to spend time with me.
Free? Now you've gone too far.
Lucy's here, and Lucy's playing a dangerous game, from what I've been told.
What?
Yeah, Lucy is going to put up for poll where it is that where she's going to go this week to cover a game, which seems like a very bad idea.
Oh, no.
So
a very bad idea.
They're going to send you to the worst possible place,
we
Lucy.
have two options.
All right.
We were
only two?
Only two.
Two and only two, Roy.
It's not a great weekend. There were like two ranked matchups, and we got approved for the two games we wanted to go to.
But we could probably find one that we could get you approved for that you're not considering.
Okay, well, you bring me your suggestion. Juju, can we put on the poll, should Lucy go to Oregon, Utah this weekend or Georgia, Florida?
Wow.
It's what is it? The largest
world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
Yeah. It's not the cocktail party anymore.
At the Landing, right, in Jacksonville.
I think the vibes will be better. The game will be worse. Utah, I'm going to have a hard time finding drunk people, but the game will be better.
Right.
It's Wednesday. Like, this seems like a very stressful existence if you don't know where you're going to be in, like, day.
You're telling me.
Is this every week?
This is every single week.
That's crazy.
I went to LA last week. We bought her plane ticket Wednesday. I flew out Thursday.
Wow. So before we get to that, next weekend, both me and Lucy, I have to attend the Iowa Northwestern game. It's at Wrigley Field. I think Lucy is going as well.
You're
right?
going to this?
I'm iffy.
Well, I have to. So they're doing the national championship ring ceremonies for Northwestern lacrosse. They're doing it at Wrigley Field during that game, which is very cool for my daughter and the Northwestern women's lacrosse team. So I'm excited about that. I'm not excited that they're doing it during an Iowa Northwestern game.
So how this went is I'm iffy on if I'm going to go to this game. Me and Iowa, we're kind of in a fight right now. We'll work through it. We need therapy, counseling, whatever.
They sent you stuff.
No, the Iowa soccer team I love.
Okay.
I
Nice
love them
stuff, too.
Nice
Yeah.
stuff. Look.
Yeah.
It's, you can't see here, but Nike Iowa soccer stuff.
Wow.
And they gave me that bobblehead there and more stuff. I'll wear it all tomorrow. But
That's great.
Thank you, Coach Diani. It was very, very nice. But my family is going to Iowa Northwestern for sure. And my dad was like, you should invite Stugotz.
You should.
Invite him. Tell him he can come tailgate with us.
All right.
And so I know
Nice.
what bar they're going to be at. And the tailgating seems going to be weird because it's at Wrigley. But if you want to hang out with my dad, he will be there.
Should go to the Cubby Bear.
Wait, so Lucy, you're not going?
I'm like 50-50.
You're okay, coin toss. Okay.
Since you're going, that makes me want to go more because I think we'd have a
Well,
good time. But
He's not going.
No,
No,
he's
I'm going. My daughter's getting a national championship ring.
So
I
and they're
have to
leaving.
go. Yes.
And they're
So
leaving.
Yes,
Tailgate
it's
is what I'm saying.
at halftime too. I have to endure a half of it.
Why is
I mean,
everyone yelling?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I have to go to Iowa Northwestern. That's why I'm yelling.
But you like live
Bet
at
the under.
Wrigley Field. You have like a timeshare there. You're always in Chicago. What are you complaining about?
I have a house. I don't share it with anyone.
Yeah. I'm looking up college football teams in Alaska, and I've had no luck thus far.
There's not one.
Oh, you should go to Hawaii.
I would be so fun.
Why don't you
that's
go to
great.
Hawaii?
Oh, a midnight game, San Jose State, I believe.
Whoa.
Already
The
checked it out
Rainbow
just in case I
Warriors
lose all my
person.
bets.
But it's not midnight for her. You should go to Hawaii.
I would happily go to Hawaii.
Can we wait? Hold on a second. Can we let's
Let's
hold
all
on.
go to
Let's do
Hawaii.
this right. Let's do this right, gang. Can we set up like back-to-back weeks that Lucy has to go to games in Hawaii, and then it wouldn't make any sense for her to come back, right?
And we'll go to Hawaii with her. We'll
Yeah.
create content, send it back
Yeah.
to Dan and Mike
You're
here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm in.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
You're going
let's
to
do
Iowa
it.
Northwestern. That's where you're going to be.
So hold
I'll
on.
be in Hawaii.
Hold on a second, because I thought you were going, and what I wanted to do was on Saturday do a show called College Lame Day, because we're at the lamest game of the entire season. Iowa and Northwestern, and I wanted to do that, but now I'm going to have to do it with your dad? Like,
He is a star. The
Okay.
fans of this show absolutely love him.
okay.
You
All
guys
right.
will be great together.
Okay.
You dress the same. You both love the Grateful Dead. There's a lot to talk about.
Done. Sold.
I was looking at Hawaii's. Actually, no. Like, Lucy, I think that November 11th you should go to Hawaii because number 19 Air Force is going to be there.
Oh, wow.
Veterans Day.
Everything on the line, yeah.
That's a big day. Veterans
I
Day.
mean, we haven't covered. We've neglected Air Force, which,
We have,
which
yes.
is irresponsible of us and unpatriotic.
Correct.
They're a ranked team. If they keep playing, or well, they're going to keep playing. If they keep winning, they could be maybe a bubble playoff team. Well, no, they're not going to get.
They're not going to make the playoff. They
Well,
should
but,
be in the playoff.
but we can't say that out loud if we're trying to
Right.
get Lucy to go on vacation to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, what are the choices next weekend? Have you looked at them yet, or?
Not next weekend. I can pull up a list. This weekend kind of sucks. This is like the last sort of like not great weekend.
Have you been to Florida, Georgia before?
It's
a great time.
Yeah, I've never been. That's a game I wanted to go to, even though I think the game will suck.
Have you been to Jacksonville before?
I have been to Jacksonville before.
So not a
Yeah.
great time.
Yeah. Not-
Yeah.
yeah.
It smelled kind of weird.
Yeah,
Big
that's
place, too.
that's a fair assessment.
Is it?
It smelled weird.
Put it on the Polaroid. Does Jacksonville smell weird?
By the way, don't be alarmed. I know that you're new to this area. Don't be alarmed that like when you turn on your shower and your faucets for like the next 6 weeks, it smells like chlorine.
What?
Yeah, you haven't been here, but they're in the middle of their chlorine treatment and like the Miami like water management facility or whatever, and it's normal. It's safe, but like it smells like chlorine. So don't be alarmed by that. No, that's yeah.
They tell us it's safe, which again worries me a little bit.
What do you think they're trying to control you? Of all people to control, why do
No,
they want to
not
control
me, not
you?
just me, all of us. But not control, but like chlorine's good. Don't drink it in the pool, but drink it in the water.
That's the thing that's weird.
Exactly.
So, Lucy, which game do you want to go to? Like, I know you're leaving it to the fans of this show, But if it was left just to you, which game would you be going to?
That is why I'm leaving it up to the fans of the show, because I really don't know. I think Oregon-Utah is going to be a much better game.
Right.
I feel like I've heard it's a cool environment there. I've never been there before. It's also the last time that they're going to play as in the same conference, because we went to USC-Utah last week, and it was actually kind of sad at the end because you're like, you're never going to play again. So it's like a game with meaning, where Georgia-Florida I don't think is going to have a ton of meaning. I think Georgia will probably kick the crap out of Florida, but they'll be really drunk.
So next weekend is Alabama-LSU. That's the game you should go to next weekend.
That's where we want to go.
In fact, I wish my daughter's ring ceremony was there.
I have a
Baton Rouge? Okay.
I have a question.
No, it's at Alabama.
Oh, it's okay.
Even worse.
I have a question that I should know the answer to, and I don't want to put you in a bad spot. But when you're going, the intention is to do videos, correct? And have like social media videos or videos for YouTube videos for the show, et cetera, right?
Yes.
So like, it's not covering the game. So like when they gave you shit about the whole Colorado thing, that was kind of ridiculous because like you're not covering the actual game. You're there to get like the festivities and kind of paint the picture, the tailgates, the parties before.
And she does a great job of it.
Yeah, so like, no, I agree. When I had to do it at the FIU thing, I not had to, but when I did it at the FIU thing a couple weeks ago, like it's hard walking around and just, like talking to people. And Taylor was like, we're just going to do this for 12 straight minutes. I'm like, this is the first time we talk about this. I didn't plan for this at all.
Right.
So like, wasn't that easy. But you shouldn't be looking for great games. You should be looking for great environments, right?
Yeah, so the thing is a great game produces a great environment.
Yeah.
So like last week, we'll hopefully have a video sometime this week of me in LA, and that environment sucked, even though it was a really good game. And so most of the content we do is all tailgate stuff. We get there a couple hours early, we walk around, we sense the vibes. But when it's a game that people care about, they're more excited, the environment is better. But they're not going to drink in Utah, and that's kind of the big thing.
Yeah. So
I'm telling you, you go to the Landing at Jacksonville for this game, it will be the best environment you've ever seen.
I don't know about that.
It's pretty good, Billy.
No, I mean, yeah, like the environment would probably be better if you go to that game, but the game is not going to be as good as, Utah. But I feel like you should go to like Ole Miss or something, right? Like, don't they have like great tailgates?
Yeah, we definitely want to go to Ole Miss at a certain point. The problem is it's wild. The college football season, we've got a month left of the regular season, which is super sad. So we've tried to be smart about, going different places, talking to different fans, trying to do different conferences. I've had the most fun going to SEC and Big Ten games so far, but this is the last year of the Pac-12. It's the best teams. It's this whole weird thing.
Hey everybody, happy football season. It's Mike, and let me tell you what I do from kickoff to the final whistle. I have a Miller Lite in my hand. I just don't go wrong with it. I learned from experience. There is only one light beer worthy of our national obsession, because what's the point of having a beer if it doesn't taste like beer? You don't want to spend any time while you're watching football thinking about what you're drinking. And with the dependable flavor of Miller Lite, you don't have to worry about it because it's only got 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12-ounce serving. With a smooth taste and a crisp, clean finish, you'll get all the taste that you crave without the calories. A light, less filling beer that tastes great in football, there's just no topping that, folks. At least not for me. This season, do what I do. Crack open a light beer that hits your taste buds so hard, you feel it in your heart. Make it Miller time all football season long. Get Miller Lite delivered right to your door. Visit MillerLite.com/Dan, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz is brought to you by KFC's new hot and spicy wings. Get fired up this fantasy season with 8 pieces of spicy marinated hand-breaded wings for just $4.99. Are you kidding me? They're a can't-miss call for whatever the fantasy gods throw your way. In the midst of a managerial hot streak, keep it rolling with KFC's new hot and spicy wings. Did you just assemble the worst lineup in fantasy history? Who cares? You can get 8 KFC new hot and spicy wings for $4.99 right now. Marinated in spice, hand-breaded to perfection. KFC's new hot and spicy wings are here. 8 pieces for just $4.99. It's finger-licking good.
Dan Le Batard.
How do people always go missing in the mountains? Don't go to the mountains. And by the way, I don't want to bring race into it. This is the most white people thing ever. Going missing in the middle of the mountains. It's the strangest thing. You go by yourself. You don't take a radio. You don't take a phone. You're missing for 4 days, and they find you like 10 years later covered in snow. And it's like, don't go by yourself. If you're going to go on a trail, don't go by yourself.
Stugotz.
Put it on the poll. Is it the whitest person thing ever? I believe is what you called it. Going into the woods by yourself. Is going into the woods by yourself?
I can't disagree with that, man.
I mean, so black people don't camp?
Yeah, black people don't hike. They don't camp. They don't go out into the woods.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
What are we doing for bowl season?
Oh, that's a good question.
No
awesome
idea.
Question.
Right.
I would like to go to as many bowl games as possible because once
Can we
the
send you to
season's over,
every bowl game?
We can try.
They have 7 in a day.
I know, but we just get like the Metal Arc Jet and just have you like Herb Street it.
We
You know
have
what I
one
mean?
of those.
I'm sure there's
We
someone.
should get one. That would be really fun. Dan would say yes if I pitched it to him.
No, we wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
Maybe.
What if I said please?
Debatable.
Well, how about this? And I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to like break any rules or anything like that. But like I very clearly remember when we were at Super Bowl this past year that Stugotz kept pushing a certain private jet name over and over again. He's like, buddy, trust me, this is approved. Don't worry. I'm like, I don't know about this, buddy. And he's like, yeah, trust me. I talked to Bimmel. This is approved. You could say it. And I'm like, I don't know about that. And he's like, you're going to get a flight home. Trust me, you're going to get a flight home on a PJ.
Well, the problem was I was
Obviously,
going to Syracuse. You were going to Miami.
No,
Yes.
no. But on the front end, he's like, buddy, they're going to get me with the Syracuse. They're going to get you home.
Well, we didn't
Don't
play
even
it right
worry
because
about
you didn't
that.
believe in me. And had you believed in me and we talked about Wheels Up the entire week,
Okay,
I would have
that's-
told you. I mean, you would have had a flight home.
That's what I was trying
So
to
I had to
avoid.
get Scott
You had to
Van
say the
Pelt on
name
the
there.
air to promote Wheels Up, and that's how I got my flight home, you know?
It was a very strange situation,
Great plane.
but I am thinking
Piola.
if you have this relationship, then maybe this can benefit. Like maybe you talk to these people, we get the wheels in motion now,
Done.
and we have, said airline company, which I won't say, and they're the presenting sponsor of Lucy visits every single bowl game. And they're going to have to be on standby, and it's going to be a terrible month for you, just so you know, because like getting on 6 flights a day is going to be
But what does she
miserable.
do when 2 bowl games start at the same time on the same day? Because it happens.
You just go, you cover some of it from one game, and then you leave. Yeah, you're not
okay.
there for the whole game. It's impossible.
They're all in Florida, so it won't be that far to go. I think this is nice because we can go Bahamas Bowl to Little Caesars Bowl in Detroit.
The Hula Bowl in Orlando.
Idaho Potato Bowl.
Can I go with you?
Of course.
You're
All right.
not going to, but this
If I
is-
get the plane done, I'm going, Bill.
But you're not. That's the thing. Like you say these things and you don't really want to do
you want to
it.
come with us? I mean,
No, and I'll tell you, I don't want to. And it's not a personal thing. It's I don't want to go to 70 bowl games thing. It's. I'm just being honest with you. Like,
with
don't take
Lucy,
offense.
though, on a private jet?
No,
mean,
I get it, but I don't want to do that.
Okay.
And it's not a personal thing.
You're
but
out.
I also don't want to tell you, because I've learned, Stugotz,
Yes.
you just want to be invited to things,
I
right?
do, yeah.
You don't want to
Getting
go.
the invite is what it's all about. Put it on the poll, Roy.
You don't want to do the things, but you want to get, especially if other people get the invite, you want to get the invite to do, like, trust tree here. Everybody here, trust tree. We're all in the trust tree.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Branches.
Stugotz didn't have any interest in going to L.A.
What?
Would have liked the invite, I think.
No, I'm okay.
Well,
actually.
when
I've had a blast here the last 2 weeks.
When Amin was there, though, I
It's
feel
as
like
stress-free as I've been in 3 years, man. Are you kidding me?
I'll go. How about that? I'll go.
you're going to go to every bowl game with her.
I will go. I got nothing else
Roy
to do.
stepping
I
into
will
the
go.
breach.
Yes.
Huh. You do have other things to do. You're a father. You have a family to raise.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Takes a lot of time.
That's true. I got a phone.
You got a phone? What does that mean?
Yeah, I got a phone. I got like little video thing. I can
What are you
call
going to
her.
do when you go to the bowl games with Lucy?
I don't know. Whatever Lucy tells me to do.
I do think that
Exactly.
I do think that it would be good content to have Lucy be like super energetic and enjoying it and you not. Like that's always been kind of like a dream of mine is to do a travel show where like I'm the not eager person and there's like a super eager beaver that loves doing the thing and then there's like the person that's not and I'm the person that's not. Like I always thought that it would be funny and obviously like we're not anywhere near the same level so it never would have happened, but I always thought it would have been funny like if me and Marty Smith traveled the country together to cover games and he's like, we're going to get shot out of a cannon. And I'm like, no, we're not going to do that, Marty. And then that's like the whole dynamic of the show is he's really eager to eat like cheese straight out of something. Some cow just made cheese or he's like, and he takes like a mouthful and I'm like, that's disgusting.
Right.
Not doing that.
It's a Marty party, though.
Yeah, no,
right,
I know.
yes,
And I'm
yes.
like the party pooper. I'm the Marty party
You
pooper.
really are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You are. Yeah.
That should be your name.
The Marty party pooper? Yeah.
I've just heard word from a Jacksonville correspondent that says the landing that Stugotz keeps telling Lucy
Is
to go
closed?
to has been demolished.
Oh, no.
That
They
changes
relocated,
things.
huh? I mean, where is it now? I'm
R.I.P.
so old.
That's a new landing.
changes things.
Where's the game?
Still in Jacksonville, just not at the landing.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't
Well-
go, Lucy.
Heat Pistons tip off at 7:10.
Yeah.
Tony, you excited?
Yeah, it's funny because we were talking earlier. Like, It's already basketball season?
7:30.
We just finished talking about basketball like a week ago.
Man. That
Come
is
on,
man. It's opening night, Billy.
I took a gamble.
It's $5.
I didn't think we were actually going to
Pre-game
cover it.
starts whatever time you
I
said.
just trying to throw that in to have that be our coverage. Wait, so is the poll up? So they have 2 places to choose from for you to go, and you're committed to doing this?
Yeah, I was going to go to one or the other either way, and I couldn't decide. And I already texted my brother and asked, and he said he didn't know. So
Okay.
That's wow.
That's where we're at.
You're putting a lot of faith in our fans, and like, salute to you for doing that. I don't know. I said salute. I just kind of stole
Juju.
Juju's
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
There are
but, like,
2 good options, though.
Yeah.
Like, next weekend's going to be difficult because I just realized that USC plays Washington, and that's at USC, and that's
Ew, I
close
don't wanna
to. That's
go.
home for you, though.
yeah, I don't want to go to that.
You
I
don't?
went to USC this weekend, and I was like, I didn't even cry.
Okay.
I didn't even cry.
Is that like a mainstay of like things that you do? You cry when you get to a game, or
Yeah, it's usually an emotional experience because
Right.
it's so cool and it's such a wonderful environment. And everyone's all together rooting for stuff. I didn't cry there. It didn't make me want to cry.
I'm going to cry at Northwestern in Iowa.
You'll cry. You're guaranteed a lot of tears at that one.
Sad tears and happy tears. Sad tears that I have to endure a first half. Happy tears when my daughter gets her national championship ring and I'm out of there.
Did you get
Just sad
one?
tears for me.
Are you getting a replica?
You know, we had the coach on, if you remember, right
I
after
do
they
remember.
won.
Yeah,
and
I
I
remember.
told her that all the parents that went to every single game, and I was one of them, like one of 5, they should all get national championship rings.
Yeah.
Now, if you remember, Kelly Hiller, she agreed to that. She's the coach.
I don't remember that portion.
She did agree to it. I'm telling you. I've listened to it several times. I've sent it to an attorney because it's a binding contract. And so I'm expecting a ring at Wrigley Field on Saturday. Yeah, I am. Marty Party Pooper.
Yeah, it would have been a terrible show, but I had a whole series of shows in my head that either didn't age well because of things happening or that were just completely unrealistic that I thought would have been great that I've talked about before. I don't think I've ever told the Marty Party Pooper one, but that was one that I wanted to do. I wanted to do, and it didn't. There was controversy around it, so it didn't happen, and now we're never going to get the chance because he passed. But I wanted to do a like Mike Leach like treasure hunt show / Mike Leach teaches me American history show,
right?
Where I'm just going to like random battlefields or whatever with Mike Leach, and he's just like giving me all this information just because he seemed like kind of a crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
But that one obviously is not going to happen anymore.
Rest in power.
And then there was the whole Jose Canseco Bigfoot thing that didn't happen.
that one we
was
still have some legs with.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get something like, and we probably shouldn't talk about this. I'm trying to get something done at the Super Bowl with Jose Canseco. If we're gonna be there in Las Vegas, and that's where he lives, I think he either sold his car wash or his car wash was for sale. So I don't know that we're gonna be able to do car wash related things. But like, I wouldn't mind going into. If I die, I would. But I wouldn't mind going into the desert with Jose Canseco, looking for like supernatural beings and having
Got Area
just show me
51,
the
me and
ropes.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could take it all the way to the line. Nothing happens when you go into Area 51. The military just tells you to go back with guns. But if you get
How
to that
do you
point,
know?
because I've heard about it,
Right.
and if you get to that point, a friend of mine did it on mushrooms. If you get to that point,
That
right,
seems like not a good idea.
It probably
Going up
wasn't.
to a
Great
military
idea.
base on
Probably
mushrooms.
It's something Jake Plummer would do. I mean,
No,
his are
aren't-
healthy. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
His aren't psychedelic.
Non-psychedelic,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay,
But
sorry.
if you go all the way there to the fence, the military just tells you to turn around and keep going back. So we can go all the way to Area 51 with Jose Canseco.
But he'll send Ozzy Canseco.
Of course he will.
I would take that.
check the pinky.
Honestly, that would be great.
You would
just for
take
the story.
Ozzy?
Hell yeah,
tattoos.
that'd be such a good story. What are you talking about? You think I'd be disappointed?
It's
if...
already happened, though.
Okay, yeah, but you think that my disappointment would be like Jose Canseco tried to one up us and gave us his brother with different tattoos? Like I'd play along and be like, "Oh, okay, Jose, like this is great," when it's clearly not
Just
him.
call him Jose the entire time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tony was giving us his thoughts on the Heat, and then Billy just interrupted him. Like, you brought it up, he was giving his thoughts,
Yeah.
and then you went in a different direction.
Well, we're gonna get to it later.
We will
When?
get to it. Eventually, we're going to
Mike
get to
sure
it.
will tell us about it or something.
Yeah, he'll tell us that he's
What?
scared about the Heat, even though the Heat are possibly not as good as they were last year. But the most important thing is we just started talking about this team, and now we're talking about them again. Like, the season just ended, and it feels like we're starting back over right now. But I'm excited for the Heat, man. Like, they got to figure something out because they struck out in free agency a couple times, and it's not looking great.
Well, okay, but you just said you're excited for it. So what
I
part
am.
of
He's
that?
excited for the NBA
I'm
season.
excited for the
to
NBA
start.
season, right?
I don't think the
Basketball's
Heat are going to
back,
be
yeah.
very good. Like, listen,
I
I'm
don't
done
either.
kind of doubting Jimmy Butler because I didn't think he could be a number one. I didn't think he could be the best guy on a team and lead that team to the NBA Finals. He's done it. He's done it twice, right? And he's went to the Eastern Conference Finals. They were a shot away. But Milwaukee and Boston, too good. Like, too good. And I'd be surprised if the Heat are in the top 4 in the playoffs.
Very
in fact,
surprised.
I'm not even certain the Heat are going to make the playoffs. How about that?
Well, even play in.
This is my
Maybe.
question as like a Heat cynic. What is what should I be excited about for this season? Like, what should I be looking for and be like happy to see tonight?
Development of the younger guys. Hopefully, you're
development is not.
But that's
when
what
you
the
start
Heat
with
do.
development. It's like,
that's what the Heat do, right? They turn guys into Gabe Vincent and Max Strus that go get deals somewhere else.
What Riley used to do was forget about the young guys, no development, and go get LeBron, Wade, and Bosh.
Yeah.
Okay. What he's doing now is selling you on, hey, we'll develop the young guys. They're all interchangeable. Gabe Vincent, goodbye. We'll get someone else.
Right.
Max Strus, goodbye. We'll get someone else. The Heat are not good enough. They are not good enough to contend in the Eastern Conference. They're not.
I agree with you. Like both conferences are top heavy, right? And then there's a bunch of teams that are in the middle that are just hoping to make the playoffs to then get destroyed by one of the top teams. The thing is, the Heat last year with a better team and a better roster were a play-in team. Of course, I'm convinced that the only reason why they've made it to the NBA Finals is because we said they weren't going to do anything. So it's just the karma of that
You're
situation.
giving us the credit?
Yeah, no, it was 100% us.
So proud of you.
It was 100% us.
Yeah.
But if we were to tell, hey, yeah, the Heat are going to make it this year all the way and be a typical Miami fan, then they're going to get blown out every game.
Huh.
Just the way it happens, man.
So how do you feel about this season?
I feel like they're going to be a play-in team.
But if they're playing, you have to go one or the other. Like either they're good and then they are bad.
No, they're
despite us, or
average.
they're bad.
Well, they played in and went to the finals last year.
Yeah, they're
I know,
average
but-
and they're a play-in team.
But by your logic, you should say that they're going to be terrible and then they'll be good.
All right, they're going to be terrible.
We got to it. Weekend observations coming up next.
Panera's You Pick 2 lets you draft your perfect meal, like a smoky buffalo chicken toasted baguette and creamy mac and cheese. Think you're an expert at picking the perfect pair? Play Panera's You Pick 2 football challenge from DraftKings, and that skill could make you richer, because there's $45,000 in total prizes up for grabs. Predict which iconic football duo you think will perform best in 9 weekly contests, October through December, free to play on DraftKings. Learn more at DraftKings.com/Panera. Eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited.
Don Le Batard.
The alley has a bad reputation in general, right?
It does.
Throughout
It
American
does.
history.
Yeah. But on South Beach, someone's always just sitting somewhere smoking a cigarette. You can't go down an alley around here and not see someone sitting there smoking a cigarette.
It retains a pulsating heat from the night before.
You walk by some liquid that you're like, is that water? It didn't rain last night. That's definitely not water.
Avoid the liquid. Always avoid the liquids in an alley.
Stugotz.
I venture a guess that if you were to rake your tongue on the asphalt of an alley, you would die immediately.
I don't think it would be immediately, though. First, you'd contract very quickly, right before death, several sexual diseases, and then you would die.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Guys, we have very big news that I've just been made aware of.
Really?
Yeah, this could impact.
Like big news. Not Billy big news, but big news.
Billy big news.
Oh, okay. We're all going to Hawaii?
Hey!
Thank you, Billy. Wow, I can't believe you talked to the booth.
Wow, you came through, man.
I haven't done that yet. But this may impact Lucy's go to every bowl game. Actually, it doesn't impact it at all because the bowl game still exists. But there was a sponsor change at a bowl game that Stugotz may interest you and may impact God Bless Football.
Really?
Yeah, so do you guys remember the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl or whatever it was called?
Yeah.
No longer.
Really?
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel is out of the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl or whatever it was called.
Fallon?
Yeah, in L.A.
Fallon.
No.
Seth Meyers?
It is now, as it was announced this weekend, the L.A. Bowl hosted by Gronk.
Oh my God.
So Rob Gronkowski is going to be sponsoring a bowl game.
Not Gord?
Well, here's what I've learned in our years of dealing with the Gronkowskis. They travel in a pack.
Yes.
They're like wolves.
Yes.
So if Rob Gronkowski has a bowl game, Gordy Gronkowski, Chris Gronkowski, all of the Gronkowskis have a bowl game. And I feel like, Lucy, I see you already checking. It's December 16th. Mark your calendar.
Yes.
This is a Saturday.
We're there.
I've never been to L.A. I've never been to L.A. I wonder if this is the...
What?
Yeah, I've never been to L.A. I wonder if this is what we need to do to go out to L.A. to cover this bowl game between teams that we don't know. And also, is it worth it going to L.A. just for like a day?
That's an upgrade, though, right? Jimmy Kimmel to Gronk?
I mean,
it is. It's an upgrade.
Okay, so there's only certain things that you can
you,
do.
Lucy.
It's just a sponsor, right? Like it's like, do you remember when it was like? So we had like years of Barstool has a bowl game, and then it got canceled the first year, I think, because the team pulled out, or I don't know what happened. Something happened the first year, and I think they did it last year, and you realize like it's kind of just a bowl game.
I think it depends. Where you have a bowl like the Idaho Potato Bowl,
Yeah.
the winner gets dumped in French fries. That's very cool.
Okay.
Same thing with the Duke's Mayo Bowl. I think it matters when it's a food.
That's less cool. Getting dumped
It's
with
so
mayonnaise.
funny.
But
oh my God, I would kill to see Iowa in that bowl game.
But what do we think a Gronk
You
bowl
might.
game is going to be? Because here's another thing that we've been discussing behind the scenes that now we'll just say publicly and then see if that kind of gets the wheels in motion. Is we've been invited the past couple years and have always left before the Gronk beach party happens at the Super Bowl, and this year it's happening on a Friday afternoon, and we behind the scenes have talked to the Gronkowskis, and they're like, "Do you want to just do the show from there?" And we're like, "Yes, please."
Yep.
So we need to kind of figure out who we need to talk to and who needs to talk to who about that, because it's like we're gonna go cover the Super Bowl. We're gonna be there.
Yes.
We're gonna be there on Friday. If we could just delay it by a day, then we can just do a show from there, which seems like it would be absurd.
Right.
But now we're also adding to the wrinkle. Do we want to go cover a bowl game between two teams that could be like Minnesota and whoever,
Hold up. Minnesota beat Iowa this weekend, so we respect them a lot.
Okay, we respect Minnesota.
We respect them a ton.
Even though we haven't gotten your thoughts on this game on this show, I don't know if you covered it in LA. I'm sure you did, but ridiculous.
Terrible call.
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible call. However, if you have 2 yards of offense and a half, yeah, you deserve to lose.
Right.
That's on you.
Yes.
That's your own fault.
Agreed.
We have weekend observations on a Wednesday.
We do. Yeah.
We have to get to it at some point.
Let's do it right now.
Oh.
It is time for Stugotz to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy Stu.
Weekend observations on a Wednesday. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories, available for delivery. Dan, we spent a good portion of last week discussing whether or not this legendary coach was done. That was then. This is now. Because after a 29-25 victory over the Buffalo Bills and recording the 300th win of his career, Dan, make no mistake about it, Bill Belichick is back. Speaking of back, the God Bless Football curse is back.
Mm-hmm.
Our apologies to Mac Brown.
And Taylor.
You're right. Personal record book update. Due to the 219 wins with Tom Brady as his quarterback, Belichick only has 81 career victories. How about that? Ways to go.
Not as good.
No. To the guy having a heater in the alley in Evanston, Illinois, wearing a latex glove. How'd he play?
Have you ever thought of that?
No.
The latex glove?
No, not until I saw him. We discussed it in the alley over a heater.
Savvy vet.
Yeah, it was great. I'm like, what's the glove for? He goes, so my hands don't smell. I'm like, do you have an extra? You didn't. How do you play that? College football. Chaos. Ohio State. Defense wins championships. Penn State. Offense wins championships. Dylan Gabriel. Revenge game. Lincoln Riley. Blah, blah, blah. Caleb Williams. Blah, blah, blah. Oklahoma. Survive and advance.
There's a Pop-Tarts bowl.
What?
Oh, I'm in.
I love Pop-Tarts.
In
Toasted,
Orlando.
right? You have to toast them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Gotta toast them.
You
But you
have
can't
to.
eat them too quickly either, because then the gelatin that's in the roof of your mouth burns your mouth.
Miami
that's
might be
dangerous.
there,
So right.
and Notre Dame might be
What a
there.
great observation
It's
by
true.
you, Tony.
I've bitten so many Pop-Tarts that have burned the shit out of my mouth.
Yeah.
The shocking thing wasn't the fair catch call. It was that Iowa scored a touchdown.
Special teams is great. I don't know
I'm
what you're
convinced he
talking
threw a flag saying there's no way they scored a touchdown.
about. It's the second time we almost won a game with a special teams score.
Yep. 12-10 is so Iowa and Minnesota, the Gophers.
A little high, if we're being honest.
Okay, 22 points, Lucy.
A little high.
Okay, my bad. Death, taxes at Penn State, losing that game. 20-7 Tennessee in the first half. 27-0 Alabama in the second half. You, of course, know what that means, right, Dan?
What's that?
Oh, thank you.
I had to do it. Somebody has to do it.
It means Tennessee and Alabama was a tale of two halves. Gardner Minshew could scoot. Dan Campbell, loving a good loss, is so Dan Campbell. That was great. Max Verstappen.
Verstappen.
Whatever.
Mr. Baby.
Do me a favor. Stop winning.
No, that's not.
That's not Mr. Baby?
No, that's Lando.
Oh, gotcha.
That's fine.
$5.
What?
I'm just saying.
It might be. So the Gronk Bowl might be Wyoming and UCLA.
We'll take it.
The boys.
Wyoming is fun.
The boys.
The Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
I love bowl projections. It's so fun. No one has any idea. This is so fun.
The Bills have lost to Zach Wilson and Mac Jones. Sean McDermott, hot seat. Pittsburgh Steelers. How? Anyone?
Huh?
Mike Gesicki, still catching big touchdown passes for the Dolphins. Maybe his biggest. Javon Carter, Academy Award. You guys see that? It was great. He was barely touched. Lionel Messi, bust.
What?
Has he played yet?
Bust.
I don't think he's
team
played
to make
yet,
the
no.
playoff. I mean, they
He hasn't played in a month, dude.
terrible
What is this?
waste of money.
This other website, Stugotz, has the Gronk Bowl, has Air Force in it.
Really?
I mean, if it's a TYFYS Bowl with Gronk,
That'd be
how can we
huge.
not?
21 of 31 for 180 yards. Jordan Love, the Alex Smith, is strong in you. Ohio State has won 7 straight over Penn State. You, of course, know what that means, right, Dan?
What's that?
It means Ohio State has Penn State's number.
Wow.
James Franklin saying, I'm not certain. We didn't just watch the 2 best teams in the country play. After losing yet again to Ohio State, James Franklin, the Stugotz, is strong in you. Death, taxes, and North Carolina losing a game they have no business losing. 62-0, LSU over Army. LSU, that is not a way to treat our troops. LSU, beat them in a fight. Do you know what the D in Jaden Daniels stands for?
What's that, Stugotz?
It stands for disrespecting our troops.
Can't
Wow.
have that. Can't have that.
Can't, no.
FYFYS, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Unacceptable.
Yeah.
You like that one, huh?
That's good.
That was good.
That's not coming from me. I would never.
No, you didn't say it.
Somebody said that.
Not
Somebody
me.
else said
Not
that.
him.
Yeah.
Not me.
Not you.
Iowa unders, the gift that keeps on giving. The biggest winner in conference realignment is USC. They'll never have to play Utah again. The Utes, Michigan State, put up 0 points in a rivalry game against Michigan, and somehow that wasn't the most embarrassing thing they put up on their scoreboard. Bernie Kosar, watching the Chiefs game with Taylor Swift, sounds like a Mad Libs. Bill Belichick, without Tom Brady, has a worse winning percentage than Lovie Smith.
Wow.
That's bad.
That's bad.
Derrick Henry, Buffalo Bills, collision course.
Ooh.
Kyle Shanahan, blah, blah, blah. Brock Purdy, blah, blah, blah.
I'm surprised you didn't say you know what the B in Brock stands for.
Blah, blah, blah. It was coming.
Okay. Now say
Look,
it. Now
says
say
it
it.
right
Now
there.
say it. You know the B.
Dan, you know what the B in Brock Purdy stands for?
What?
What's that, Stugotz?
Blah, blah, blah. Why'd you just fist bump me?
I don't know.
No, he likes that.
I didn't change this one. I wrote it down. These are weekend observations I was supposed to do on a Monday. It's Wednesday. I wrote Major League Baseball is one Arizona Diamondback win away from its worst World Series matchup in the history of the sport.
You're a soothsayer.
Yeah,
We're here.
it happened. Minnesota Vikings in the mix. Game 7. Best 2 words in sports, unless you are the Rangers and Astros. It's a dud. Milwaukee Bucks, Boston Celtics, Eastern Conference Finals, collision course. Don't know how they do it, but every Falcons game comes down to a final drive and a coup kick.
It's so true.
Yeah. 2 yards of offense in the second half. I don't know what nepotism looks like, but I'm pretty certain It looks like Brian Ferentz. The CW has college football?
And F-Boy Island.
And it rules. Not F-Boy Island, but the college football.
The hell is going on? Speaking of hell, Art Briles. Roy, those are the weekend observations.